No pressure.
Yes, you have 40 seconds to answer the question. Okay, your question is what does becoming Miss Asian Global mean to you and why?
However, Asian Global means is a symbolism of my stepping out of my comfort zone. For the first 18 years of my life, I've always been someone who was always bookish and would always stay in her comfort zone. And in the last 2 years, I've done a lot of things to grow as a person. And one of it is joining Miss Asian Global as a beauty pageant. So becoming Miss Asian Global would mean that I is a symbolism of my journey of the last couple of years of stepping out of my comfort zone.
Thank you.
Oh, so they just make sure they get, as soon as you ask a question, they get a 10-second grace period, and then the timer starts either right when they speak or right when text.
Yeah.
Whatever comes, either, yeah, or text gets after lap, so whichever comes first.
Question resolution, the MC repeat the question twice before we start. What is
Only
it?
if they request it,
Okay, then it's like you guys better listen carefully.
yeah, but if they repeat it, it does kick into their time.
Doesn't take, it just right, so basically, if I ask Ashley on the question, Ashley has 10 seconds to hurry up and answer the question, okay? If she asks for a repeat, said the moment I stop talking as an MC, she has to start and answering, okay? All right then. Next. Your question is, which of the following is more important to you in a relationship? Trust, love, or respect, and why?
Hello, thank you so much for your question. I would say that the most important thing for me in a relationship is trust, because I think that with trust first, everything else comes later. Everything, even non-romantic relationships are built off trust. The closest relationship I can think of is me and my mother, and she's someone I trust with my life. I hope she trusts me with hers. And that relationship really carries you through a lifetime. So I would say that the most important thing to me in a relationship is trust out of the three things. Thank you.
32 seconds. The ladies, and once you finish, please say thank you. I'm gonna be the one that's gonna be literally timing you. And if I hear this blank silence, I don't know if you're taking a breath or not. Thank you is an audio sign from me, so I can stop the clock. Otherwise, if I don't, I'm going to be guessing, so please don't do that, okay? All right, next, who's up? We're starting early. All right, the question is, how do you stay confident in the face of adversity?
Okay, so I think confident, I think this is a great example in this moment. Just trust your word, be humble with yourself and accept that maybe you're not well prepared. Or if you're well prepared, just embrace it with confidence. And I think that's how I stay resilient throughout difficult times. Thank you so much.
27 seconds, not bad. Okay. Our next question. All right. Who do you think is the most influential Asian American today and why?
Favorite and important Asian American person is Aquafina.
Because she is the first Asian American actor that I saw on the big screen in the movie. She's really resilient and inspire a lot of people, and she really true to herself and be honest to herself and inspire a lot of community in Asian, especially Asian American. So she inspired me a lot. Thank you for the question.
Good work. Like that, 36 seconds. Yeah, good job. How are you? All right, your question is, what is one thing to hear the most and why?
Thank you for the question. I would say the word that I hate to hear the most is bruh. My students in my school, they like saying this when they hear something that they don't want to comply with, and they answer me with bruh. And so I think this answer, makes me feel like I need to work harder, or that I need to convince them to go along with what I say. So that word brings up interesting feelings in me. Thank you.
All right, then, next question. Tell us about one piece of wisdom your mother has passed on to you, which you want to pass on to your children.
Thank you so much for the question. A piece of wisdom that my mom passed down to me is that beauty comes in very many different forms. And to give an example, I think the ocean is beautiful, the sunset is beautiful, flowers are beautiful, and they're all so different and completely different things from one another, but nothing takes away from just how beautiful each of them are. And I think that is something that my mom taught me throughout my 21 years of life. So, yes, thank you.
Ooh, good work. Okay, 30 seconds. And. Okay. Share with us why your platform is so important.
Thank you for your question. I believe my platform of closing the gap between the young and the older generation is so important because the older generation is so often forgotten, and they are the ones that built our communities today. They were able to provide for us what we have today to live for and to grow from. And that's one reason why I believe my platform is so important. Thank you.
27 seconds. Suggestion, ladies, is, when you finish and you're getting close to the end of what you're saying, don't lose the energy. Just basically be very strong, strong, because otherwise it sounds like, and then the advice my mother gave me, no. And so this is why the energy, the advice my mother passed on to me is what something I would want to pass on to my children. Strong, okay? Otherwise, it just puts everybody to sleep. You don't want sleeping audience in the wrong place, okay? This is your, I've never been so tired of things in one day. Here's your question. Why do you think there is such a reluctance to have more women in government and business?
Thank you for your question. I think that equality has been something that women have been reaching for. And we learn about it in history a lot. It's always been men who work the government, women always stay in the house. That's been the stereotype. And I think that now in 2025, it's important to have both genders represented in the government, because that's who's making our choices. And it's not fair to have men take control of women and our rights. So I think that's why it's so important that we have women in our government right now. Thank you.
5 minutes. Okay, section. No, let me put the date. No, 35 seconds. Then, your question. What film best describes your life and why?
Thank you so much for that question. I think a film that really describes my life at the moment would be The Little Mermaid. I feel like The Little Mermaid, we've seen Ariel come out of her shell and really break the stereotypes built around her family. And she wanted to be that first person to encourage her other sisters to follow her dreams and chase after what she wants. And that's what I'm doing, being on this stage today, following after my pageant dreams. And so I think that I kind of resemble Ariel's life. Thank you.
Just remember to project your voice, okay? Otherwise, never assume that the microphone's gonna pick everything up. You have to do some of the work yourself. Make sure your voice expands out, you know, so that people can hear you. The microphone picks your voice up, okay? All right, then. The question. Okay. What can we do to promote peace in a world that is determined to tear itself apart?
I think peace comes from, like, war comes from a lot of machines and weapons. And then no peace comes from specifically arguments and disagreements between different countries, especially if we think of it internationally. And so in that case, I would recommend having more talks and more treaties, like forming to understand like agreements. And then at the same time, having better gun control when it comes to making sure that people aren't using violence as a solution. So for this answer, I would mainly say, to control peace, the main thing is to have better agreements and also, do better gun control.
All right. 45 seconds. Okay, be very careful. It should be 20 to 40 seconds, right? It is a very more, it's a more thoughtful question. But you still need to squeeze out. Make your answer as clear as concise. Okay, and if you have not worked with me regarding poison personality questions separately one-on-one, please, you know where to find me. Okay, all right, next. Your question is. What share of us the worst dish you have ever tasted and why?
The worst dish I've ever tasted was my dad's spaghetti. One time, we did not have wine at home, and so he thought that, you know, you could just throw any other alcohol in there, and ended up dumping 2 bottles of beer in it. And literally with every taste, you could just taste the hops from the beers, and it was definitely the most unique tasting spaghetti I've ever had. So that was the worst dish I've ever had, but I really appreciate his attempt and his way of trying to care for us as a family. Thank you.
37. Yeah. Okay. What would you like your legacy to be as the next Miss Asian Global?
Thank you so much for that question. What I would like my legacy to be for the next Miss Asian Global is to ensure that everyone has the freedom to choose to live their life the way they want to. I really value that because I'm a free spirit. I'm really lucky that I got myself out of a really bad situation growing up. And I'm really privileged to make that choice and have that freedom to choose myself. So my legacy would be freedom. Thank you.
Then. Next.
Bacon.
Share with us a story about a friend who helped change your life and why.
I had a friend who I was really close with, childhood friends, so elementary school all the way up till middle school. And I, I trusted them with my life essentially because we were so tight when we were younger. Then in the beginning of high school, I found out they were talking, I didn't curse.
Yeah, like, wait. Like, that's us.
That they were talking like mad shit about me. Which it really hurt because I thought they were like my number one day one. And that kind of taught me a lesson, I guess, to just people change when you grow older, for better, for worse. And yeah, that's just, it kind of gave me less trust, but I'm still trying to rebuild that trust with society and humans. Yeah.
That's so good.
This is her first
Oh.
time. Now I remember her.
Yeah.
I've got two, Finn and two more. Okay, one, let's commend her for actually, this is the first time doing a voice and personality. It is a very difficult question. Sometimes it's dependent a lot on the draw and everything like that. And thank you for sharing a very personal story. Okay? I think all of us have, in our own lives, we've had an interesting run-in with somebody who betrayed our trust. So thank you for sharing that story with us, okay? And yes, you're about 1:07, but still, she got all that out. That was good. Okay. Samantha. Right there. Let's look at you. And Ashley and Cole, did not forget you guys. All right. Your question is, share with us, who is the most interesting person you have met so far?
Thank you for the question. The most interesting person who I've met so far in my life is one of my biggest mentors, Goldie Yavari. She is the CEO of her own test prep company for pharmacists, Past Now, which I am very honored to be a consultant for. But she's the most interesting person because most pharmacists are really shy and quiet and don't speak up for themselves. But she has taught me that it's okay to speak up, share your voice, but also be extremely supportive and bubbly with other people. So the most interesting person I've met is my mentor, Goldie Yavari. Thank you.
Hey, thank you.
Ashley is not there anymore, but Chloe is.
Sorry that Ashley wandered off. Okay, and Chloe.
Hi, do you mind coming closer to the camera because from that distance it cuts out sometimes.
Got it, okay. Your question is, what is the hardest part about being a woman?
Thank you so much for this question. I believe the hardest part about being a woman is making other genders understand where we're coming from when we voice our opinions. So in my case, I'm a girl who is in a male-dominated field of engineering. I've done robotics since I was in 4th grade, and making my opinions about how things should go in robotics is really hard to convey to the male audience. So I believe that empowering girls, especially at a young age before stereotypes take hold, is the best way to alleviate this problem. So again, I think the hardest thing about being a woman is to convey your voice and your opinion. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Very nicely done, Chloe. And it's 42 seconds.
And Lena's also on.
Huh?
Lena just joined.
Who did I miss?
Lena.
Lena, oh, heavens, okay, Lena. All right, one last one, and then we'll do, okay, Lena, dum. All right. What is your definition of beauty?
Thank you so much for your question. I believe there are many answers to this question, but for me, being beauty is having a good heart. I believe having a good heart is a very important virtue for everyone. Having a good heart meaning that you have empathy for people and for things, for whoever who is under difficulty. And in that case, if you're having a good heart, you're able to help the others and you're able to embrace the world. So back to the question, I believe that having a good heart means the beauty of a person, no matter what appearance this person may have. Thank you so much.
Then, thank you, Lena. Excellent work. And that was 38 seconds. All right, then, our other two speakers have wandered by. Yeah. So fun. Okay, so we have Vince, president of the pageant, and he has 10 minutes. No more, no less, and because I have to swing it over to.
And come closer, Vincent, so they can hear you.
Lisa, go. You have your 10 minutes.
How's everyone doing? Really simple question, who has not made an appointment with me? Yeah. Okay. No, I'm like, who hasn't had a one-on-one? So you guys are gonna call me? Oh, that's right, Sunday, right? So Sunday. Monday, all right, cool. All right, so how's, I got some good news, okay, I've actually posted this before I left. Who likes to sell boba? You know, anyone wants to sell boba? So I actually have, so Aria SF Peninsula has invited me to make boba, and I decided, I'm gonna do it, but it's gonna be, all the proceeds will go to Asian American Foundation. And I thought, hey, this is an opportunity who hasn't raised 1,500 yet. Okay, I'm gonna give them first dibs. If you guys wanna help, sell, you know, pour. And of course, whatever proceeds that we make, it will go towards you. Okay, minus the 10% that I promised Aria. So anyone interested? I know, let's see, Victoria said yes, so as one, yeah. It's gonna be on June, is it June 29th, 28th, Saturday, from like 10 to 3. 10 to 3, okay? So I'm gonna give first dibs for those who hasn't like hit the 1,500, okay? 'Cause
Where?
it's gonna be at Burlingame.
Okay.
There's a flyer already. set.
Okay, that's a no there.
Okay. So just like message me, okay, and if you're interested in like making it, great, or if you're just interested in selling it and charging it, you know, through the phone. Remember how we did that with Casino Night? Okay, so how's that sound? That sounds pretty good? Yeah, first time we're doing this. Second thing is, we have a legacy sponsor. His name is Calvin Louie. And he's also looking to sponsor a delegate. He does that every year. If he does select you, you will not get any commission, but you do get credit for cooking home. Okay? We'll post it, tonight. His phone number is actually off of him. He wants you to call him and, to talk to him. And then he'll let me know who he'll select. He may select two because he has a friend named Ken and I don't know if, he's sponsoring him again. So not bad, right? I just got you a legacy sponsor. So for those who are in need of help, and of course, I don't know unless you tell me, right? I mean, I'm not that scared, am I? No, okay. Yeah, just. Okay, how much time do I have left?
Well, let's see
All
now.
right, 5 minutes.
You have one more time.
Okay, any questions for me to answer? Any questions right now? No, of course, if you don't have any questions, you can always call me. But anything? Yes,
Okay, so when you're asking for donations, right, from your like family, do they send those donations to you? And then I send them to you, or do they go through the page?
okay, very good question.
Okay.
So several options. You could create your own GoFundMe if you like, or they can send it to you Venmo, whatever, right? Or I can create a Cefi account for you. So it's similar to what we use for Casino Night. In fact, I did one for, who did I did it for? Yes, you, Celeste. Pretty cool, right? So now, because the advantage is that there's no transaction fee. So they make a donation to Celeste, right? It goes directly to Asian American Foundation, which now they can actually get a receipt, like a tax benefit. Okay, automatically. So that's one thing I love about Cefi. And if you want, I can create one for you. Okay, or any of you. All you have to do is.
Okay.
Or text me. Any questions? Yes.
I have a follow-up about that. So for the Zephy, that goes straight to the foundation, right?
That's right.
And I get, or like, we'd all get credit somehow?
You get credit, yes,
Okay,
yes. We'll keep track of it because that's your name, on it, right?
yeah,
And if you don't have already, I created a spreadsheet in the sponsorship folder in the, delegate. So this is how we're gonna keep track. So what I'll do is on a weekly basis or something like that, I could just download the spreadsheet and then copy it into the spreadsheet, tally it up of how much you raised, and then put it in the main, total. Including like the casino nights that you guys were there at the casino nights, right? So I hope this is an honor system. I really, if you've actually raised money at the casino night and selling rebuys, you can go into that spreadsheet and just write down how much you raised. Because I don't know, Alex, did you track everything?
I kept track of what was getting.
Okay,
paid, but-
so you know what, I'm glad that you kept track, but just go ahead and write it down, and what I'll do is. I'll work with Alex to make sure it matches, okay, but I trust you guys. If you said you'd like raise $350 at casino night, then just go ahead and put it in, okay? Yeah, all right.
Question, for the, like, where the deadline on the 27th.
27, yes.
So is it like also sending you all the money on 27th or okay, then it's later?
Okay, very good question. So, what we need on the 27th is, we need to calculate how many ads are gonna be coming in, or how many sponsorships. So, the ongoing, fundraising can go past them. Like, you can raise another 5,000 people, however, we just won't be able to create an ad unless you can like foresee, like, hey, I already know 2 pages is gonna be there, so I'm just gonna go ahead and design it and submit it. Worst case, if you can't do it, then we just won't enter it in the program. But Alex and I, we have it done, and so we wanna make sure that our graphic designer is able to, do all the work. Now, I know that, I know one of you guys, are planning to do like an event. Right, like a fundraising event. I know that Kay, I know she's sick today, right? Did you guys know she's doing a mahjong event? Cool, right? This is what she asked me. When I asked, hey, did you invite your sisters? And you know what she said? Oh, can I do that? What do you think the answer is? Yes, why? That's right, exactly. I want you to imagine, one of these days, you're gonna have your own nonprofit organizations and you're gonna have your events. Does that mean you're not gonna invite us to support you, all right? I hope that, coming here, one of the best things about teaching guys is really starting up your own events, right? And inviting everyone to support you. I think everyone should support each other, and so, I'm actually happy that she asked me to make ribs. Of course, to make it fair, she has to pay for the ribs, but I'll make it. But if you ask me to make ribs, I would do it too, but you have to ask. Okay, and I'm also making bolas, so yeah, you should come out and play, have fun at mahjong, and who knows, there's still plenty of time. You might go out there and evaluate, maybe it's something you guys might want to do. Sounds cool? Yeah, so anyone interested in doing events? Nobody? Okay. So this is like thinking outside the box, if you, for some reason you have issues with asking people, okay, well, you're supposed to call me anyway, but if you want to do an event, I can help you. Yeah, we've done all kinds of events. In fact, give you an example, Tong, she was our first princess, right? She did casino night, her own casino night. By the way, she did mention that her boyfriend did bid for casino night. And she's open to working with any one of you guys. You guys wanna utilize her bid, her auction, right? So she bid for like $400, or if you wanna buy from her, she's happy to give it away. Of course, pay for that. You can negotiate. But anyway, she raised like $8,000. And I was very impressed because it was as big as this size. And she raised $8,000, and that was way more money than we did last year. And we had 3 times the size.
1 minute.
Anything else? All right, one last question for you guys. So, if you're like in need of a question or you don't know what to do, what do? That's right. What? All, that's what I call them. what's one of the ways you can call me or contact me? Anyone? Text, that's good. Anyone else? Facebook, yes, what else? IG? Yeah, I'm on IG. You get that. Okay, text message, what else? You could even go to Francis, because a lot of, for some reason, I always get messages. Francis will be going like, oh, so and so is looking for you. I go, okay. You can call me, but whatever, right? So, yeah, just get a hold of me. The information I'm sharing is actually quite interesting. You can ask any of your sister, right? Is it entertaining? Yeah? Informative, right? Something different? Okay, but don't tell them the whole experience.
Time.
Okay, thank you. My head back to my next bed.
All right, next. Lisa, you're up next.
Yay, Lisa. Lisa.
Working on.
I got stickers for you. I got stickers for you.
Yeah, I brought my own son. And so,
I gotta go through this.
I'm sorry, you're gonna have to put your shoes back on. You will be on that. What? Okay, it's not your, letting you go.
Yeah, you guys, if you want to practice or not, but yeah, we don't. But yeah, there's something out.
We'll talk. We're gonna- I figure out what it means. And I already got a bunch of submissions last week. Oh, yeah, yeah. Thank you. Anything else? I think it's. Speaker, affordable.
That's your talent person?
Oh, it's 3D.
So like, I guess we're sitting on the chairs, like half over there. Okay, so we are gonna learn your swimsuit and your evening walks today. So we're not doing it again here today, so it does sound like homework. I'm concerned about that, but don't worry, we're not doing anything again this year. So we're gonna keep it simple. For the swimsuit, we haven't decided exactly how the stage, like the little platforms are gonna look like yet. Basically what's gonna happen, it also depends on what number you are, you won't get your number until the week of. So it depends on if you're on or even, so right now, we just kind of have to practice both sides until we figure out what your numbers are. So depending on what, if you're even or odds, we start on either side of the stage. So if you're
I don't think I've decided which side to which, so it doesn't really matter right now. But let's say if you start on this side, if it's your turn, you're gonna come on stage, you're gonna walk up here, so this is supposed to sit that way. And then you're gonna start in the center of the stage in the back. And then when it's your turn, they will say. So it will say like. The MCs will say, okay, contestant number one, go down, and then it'll be your turn, you go all the way down, you can walk, you want to do a spin, you wanna do whatever. And then you're gonna go to center stage, right at the front. Then if you are coming from stage right, then you are gonna go this way first. So this is your first pose, you're gonna walk over here. Side, second pose, whatever you like. You go all the way back here, the other side of the stage, third pose, then you're gonna walk off the stage side of the ball. Okay, and then same with this side, you can stop here. Pose until, basically, the last girl will be doing your last pose, then walking on stage, and then the spotlight will come back to hit you, and that's kind of when you should start walking towards the front. Since you came out on stage left, you'll be going this way first. Pose. Pose over here. Pose. And then, yeah, pretty simple. I believe you're gonna get guys keys, but I have to make them and I'm not yet, so hopefully I'll try to get them to you by, so before training, hopefully. I have to do that. But yeah, so keep it out and they'll kind of what you can do as you're walking. I think we're gonna have them so they like, it's down here. I think you can walk if you want to just live or we can go all the time. So that's just something to figure out as you're practicing. So any questions on that one? Why don't we try, let's try, I'm gonna put some music on and then we can have one. Yeah. So much. Yeah. Well, like it's had to. Interesting. You can take off. Okay, so we're gonna start off, sending further, so once I get the music going. We're gonna go back on the stage for the swimsuit portion. Let's welcome delegate number one. And then, as she is going by, when she passes the center part, that's when you're gonna come. Okay, and thank you, delegate number one. Let's welcome delegate number two. Number three, get ready. Not yet, not yet. And then now you can. So like right as she's passing by. Thank you, delegate number two. Let's welcome delegate number three. Get ready, number four. Okay. Delegate number three, let's welcome delegate number four. Oh, yeah. Get ready, next delegate. Delegate number 4, let's welcome delegate number 5. Okay, next delegate. Welcome, delegate number 6. Anyway, so we came up from that way, right? So yeah, you go. And then you would go. Welcome, my little delegate, we're on. You just. Sorry. Just put music in last. Yeah. Yeah, and then it's on. Great. So when you're practicing, I know since you guys are still kind of new to walking practice and everything, but since this goes a lot side to side, when you're walking side, don't go like this, right? Because then people can't see you in the audience. So pretend if you're in the audience, make sure you're going sideways. Try to keep your shoulders as forward as possible so you can still see your face. Of course, don't be like walking like this. That slow your head walk and be able to see that. Otherwise, you can't see it. Pretty easy, right? Yeah, just make sure this walk, obviously, it's very fun, very upbeat, so you want to make sure you're showing that energy, lots of big smiles. Even if you think you're not smiling enough, it's probably not enough. You always want to do more than you think. I guess we can move on to evening next.
So for evening, it will also be similar, so two different sides depending on your odds or evens. So if you're starting off from this side, we're gonna be starting off in the corners. So it'll be, so like when the music starts, we'll walk on just a little bit and kind of be in the corner here, and then the spotlights will start and say, please walk on delegate number whatever, and then you will walk. So this is obviously much more slow, much more graceful. Don't go too slow though, otherwise the audience will get bored. We're gonna basically do a diagonal up to like almost to the front, but not quite. And then do one pose here. And then you're gonna go a little bit towards the front. And then you're gonna do a circle. And then, of course, try to keep your shoulder open towards the audience as much as you can until you can't anymore. And then go to the circle. And then you're gonna go up to the front like this. And then you're gonna do the center stage. This is your final pose. And then you're gonna go again, same direction that you came from. Yeah, one more pose. Just the one in the center. We have one pose there. Spin, one pose in the center. Hey, you guys wanna try it? I think it's technically what you like start. You have to start.
And then when does the song? Oh, I guess you can go. When does the second person start?
Yeah, so when the person finishes their little circle and they do their pose, as they start walking, that's when the next row will come. Just get to their starting position. That's interesting. Say, let's welcome our delegates for the evening gown segment. So you make your first pose there. Welcome, delegate number 1. So just like a, yeah, day. Do more, like come forward a little bit and then. You, delegate number 1. And so, so you come out and just do your starting pose. So as she starts walking and then you're gonna come out and then push there. Let's welcome delegate number 2. Delegate number 2.
Let's welcome delegate number 3. Welcome delegate number 4. Welcome, next delegate. Delegate. So you have your first pose right here. So not in the center, it's like kind of off. You just come right in, then you're like over there. Yeah, more over there. And so first pose, let's welcome next delegate. Diane. You want to start off? So the last delegate is on the pose. Then we're just trying to walk off when we come in, so it's not to the center. It's not normally. So you're just gonna come off and then immediately. So not really anymore. So pretty much just take like a couple steps out. So that last one gets the pose. Okay, let's welcome. Same side. Let's welcome our next delegate. So you have to come out and do your pose, right? So she does her pose and then starts walking. And let's welcome our next delegate. Delegate. Yeah, so same side that you from. Okay, let's welcome our next delegate. delegate, and on. On your post, yeah, so you're on and your post. Let's welcome our next delegate. And during this time, the MCs will be saying your, like your professional background, like she went to this school and is now pursuing a job and blah, blah, blah. All the way up to center stage. Next delegate. You're in your first call. Let's welcome our next delegate. Delegate, not yet, not yet. Okay, now you go into your first post. Let's welcome our next delegate. Let's welcome our next delegate. Post. Okay, so here's some notes to remember. So, when you go with your diagonal, so remember you come out, just a couple steps out and, try to make it, nice and graceful, even though the spotlight isn't on you yet. Anytime you're on stage, just, think about someone can see you. So just assume that people can see you at all times. So always big smiles, nice poses, all that kind of stuff. You're gonna come out, go to your pose. I think some of you might have been going a little too far down. I don't want you all the way to center stage, or all the way front stage, maybe a little bit, kind of like, so there'll be lines on the stage that will help you guide you on where you are. So there's kind of the line kind of the middle of the stage and then the line right in front where, so if you go beyond that line, then the lights will not hit you and you'll be in the dark. So you don't want that. You never want to go beyond that line. So you want to go kind of in between those two lines for your first pose. And then before you do your circle, go a little more downstage. So you're almost going another diagonal. And then remember, always facing forward. And then you're doing your kind of diagonal here, and then you start doing your loop. And keep your loop kind of on this, well, if you're coming from this side, keep it on this side of the stage. So you're doing the loop. Don't make it a huge loop and go back to this side of the stage, kind of keep it on this half. And then, so you're going to the half, and then once you hit the center, that's when you go up. So I don't want you to go like loop, and loop, and then go back to center stage. Not really. So only do like, kind of like a D shape. And then if you're on this side, go like D, and then, but make it more graceful. You're not doing like a sharp. Make it a nice. That makes sense. Well, you have like. Yeah, I can draw one again. You guys. I did that last year. Yeah. You guys wanna run through pattern for this again? You wanna do that? You guys wanna do so first or are you doing first? Yeah, the first one is. Yeah, let's start with them again. See if you remember
Yes.
Okay, let's welcome our delegate for our swimsuit portion. We have the first pose. Let's welcome delegate number 1. Delegate number 2, and you're on. Thank you, delegate number 1. Let's welcome delegate number 2. Okay, good. Thank you, delegate number 2. Let's welcome delegate number 3. And this is when the MCs will be saying your fun fact. Thank you, delegate number 3. Let's welcome delegate number 4. Your shoulders more open to the eye. Thank you, delegate number 4. Let's welcome delegate number 5. Open, so like once you hit the center, but. Thank you, delegate number 5. Let's welcome delegate number 6. Keep the shoulder open. Thank you, delegate number 6. Let's welcome delegate number 7. Go the wrong way, just keep going, like, people aren't gonna notice, you just gotta go with it. You delegate number 7, let's welcome delegate number 8. Delegate number 8. Welcome to the stage, delegate number 9. Delegate number 9. Let's welcome delegate number 10. Remember, yeah, your. Welcome, next up. One last pose. Thank you, delegate number 9. Yep, we have delegate number 10. Delegate number 10. Here we have delegate number 11. Remember to put that shoulder Delegate number 11, here we have delegate number 12. Delegate number 12. I just realized you guys have been staying on the same side, right? Why don't we switch sides? Ready for evening. Good, everyone's on opposite sides, right? Let's welcome our delegates back for our evening gown segment. Let's welcome delegate number 1. So more of a Diana. You want to start over? Yeah, you can start over. So when you come out, it's so you're on the side there. So welcome delegate number 1 and then. A little farther down. Delegate number 2. Thank you, delegate number 1. And then your first post. Let's welcome delegate number 2. All the way down. So yeah, so you have your first post there and then your diagonal all the way. So she just did her pose, she starts walking off, maybe your first pose. Let's welcome delegate number 2. So you do diagonal all the way to like, so to this, a little more like to the side, but like not all the way. So sorry, more that way, but not too far down, if that makes sense, yeah. And then your loop comes a little. Front. So you went a little too much that way, so become more like rhythm like this, so you can, yeah. So not like up and down. Okay, so there's your pose, thank you, let's welcome delegate number 3. Delegate number 2, and then delegate number 3 comes up. Let's welcome delegate number 3. Ready next delegate, and then we come out, so it's as she's walking, then we come in. Let's welcome delegate number 4. little bit more, get ready, next delegate. And come in. Thank you, delegate number 4. Welcome, delegate number 5. Ready, next delegate. And you're out. Thank you, delegate number 5. Let's welcome delegate number 6. So yes. Delegate number 6. Good. Then let's welcome delegate number 7. Next delegate. Maybe delegate number 7, 8, I don't know. The next one is. Let's welcome delegate number 8. Delegate number 8, and then ready, delegate number 9 to come in and do your first pose there. Let's welcome delegate number 9. Then come in, do a loop. Of that, all the way 17. And last pose. And ready, next delegate. And then same side. First pose. Thank you, delegate number 9. Let's welcome delegate number 10. All the way 17. There you go. Nice. Thank you, delegate number 10. Ready, next one, and you're on. So first pose. Let's welcome delegate number 11. So yeah, you come more like forward this way. Yeah. So you did your pose, so this is your pose, and then you come a little forward, so towards us, yeah, and then do your, yeah, so come towards this way, yeah, and then do. And then center stage. All the way down, your last pose. Thank you, delegate number 11. Let's welcome delegate number 12. Delegate number 12.
Yeah, just make it more of a, like a smooth circle, like don't make us stop, you know what I mean, in the loop. Okay. I think the only thing, the only note I have is that some of you aren't going, far down enough. Cause we want that like nice picture moment where the spotlight is kind of right on you, right at center stage. But there will be markings there, so once we're on the stage, you guys can get a better idea of where you have to be. In terms of timing, me and someone else will be backstage with you guys, so we'll like push you on stage. So if you're not entirely sure when you have to go, like, don't worry, we will be there to help you out. Any other questions on any of this stuff? How much time do we have? Like 10 minutes?
You got about 10 minutes, can we just keep going?
Yeah, you should go. Since you guys haven't done swimsuit on this side, why don't we do that again?
Wait, can I process about my shoes?
Yeah, if you don't wanna wear your shoes, that's totally fine, it's up to you guys.
Well. To do it next year, you're already like practicing with everybody.
I'll let you.
This is the man who gives money money. Actually, yeah. He's like treasure.
Hey, let's welcome our delegates to the stage for Foreman Fishing. Please welcome delegate number 1. Thank you, delegate number 1. Here we have delegate number 2. Number 3, not yet. Did you do your center posting? So you did 1, and then you did 2, and then 3. Okay. And then delegate number 3. Delegate number 3, ready? Let's welcome delegate number 3. Good. And then welcome 4. Welcome delegate number 4. Delegate number 4, remember your last post? Wait, yeah, the last post, right? The one on the. And, yep, thank you. Let's welcome delegate number 5. You delegate number 5. Let's welcome delegate number 6.
Oh, you got it. Thank you, delegate number 6. Welcome, delegate number 7. Same direction, right? We came from that one? Yeah. Yeah. Pretty good. Delegate number 7, sorry, I forgot to use. Let's welcome delegate number 8. Direction, number 8.
Yeah, that is, yeah.
Welcome delegate number 9. Okay, next delegate. New delegate number 9. Welcome delegate number 10. And then you go down. That's the first. And then ready next delegate. Last pose. Delegate number 10. Let's welcome delegate number 11. Thank you, delegate number 11. Let's welcome delegate number 12. I think that one, you came from that one, right? Yeah. That shoulder will open or the audience. Wow. Okay, good. Yeah, so just, I guess, kind of remember when you're doing swimsuit, whatever side you're coming on. So if you come on this side, then you're gonna, walk here, go to the front, and then keep walking that same direction. So you can kind of think of it that way. And then we want you, as you do your final pose, when you're walking, the next girl is walking with you, so you guys are like in sync, like you're going off and she's coming on at the same time, so we want to look at, like that's kind of the idea of it, that helps you remember things. It's definitely 5 right now, so I don't know, it's up to you guys if you want to do it again, or we can just call it.
Guys want more practice?
I think they look tired. I think they're ready. Yeah, they're ready to go. I'm sorry.
Alright, good,
Good,
thank you.
we're good then. Thank you, everyone.
Alright, Leland and Chloe, we're done. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Signing off.